Recording? All right. Good morning. Good morning. Today is September 18th, I believe. And I'm back on here to give encouragement. You know what I mean? I usually come on here and read scriptures out of the Bible, but I ain't really gonna read nothing. I just wanted to give a little testimony of what I've been dealing with within the past couple of years since I've learned that I've been targeted. I can't really talk, my voice is kind of going. But since I learned I've been targeted, you know what I mean? And since I've learned about gang stalking, you know what I mean? I've been targeted in the community by, you know what I mean, people in this building that I live in. I'm not scared to expose the truth anymore, you know what I mean? Because I don't care, you know what I mean? What's the point of me being silent and caring what people think about me when these people want me to commit suicide, you know what I mean? And what's the point of me sugarcoating the truth and acting like it's not going on when these people are literally trying to do different tactics to have me die? You know what I mean? Why should I care? So I'm gonna just come out and tell the truth and be a man. You know what I mean? The Lord told me this morning, period, point blank, I need to grab my nuts and be a man and stop complaining about my situation like a woman. You know what I mean? I'm not a gang stalker. You know what I mean? I'm not a gossiper. I'm not a man sit on this earth to talk about other men behind their back and gossip all day and point fingers and talk about another man saying he's this and he's that and he did this. And I'm not put on this earth to complain about my life, but the situations that I do go through, I want to use my trials and tribulations and the things that hurt me and the things that cause me struggles and the things that are obstacles in my life. I want to be able to tell people about what I went through so it can give you strength to make it through whatever you're going through. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get on this camera and say, oh, these people gang stalk me every day and all they do is gossip about me on Voice of Skull technology and they use witchcraft and black magic and try to curse me every day. And then every day I step outside of my apartment, these weirdos follow me down the street trying to cough and rub their nose and rub their chin and rub their hair. And then they stand across the street and say random things about me. And they try to scream at me, calling me a pedophile, calling me a rapist, calling me a weirdo, calling me a J-cat. And they try to nag me every day and get me to react to them. Because that is their whole life's purpose. And that's not my purpose. I'm not put on this earth to be a gang stalker. I'm not put on this earth to be some sort of coward or some fearful man that sits around all day with a bunch of losers gossiping about another man. My official purpose is to tell people to let go of your anger, let go of your hatred, let go of your unforgiveness, let go of your unbelief in this holy Bible, man, and accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, man. Because you can die at any second. I could die at any second. We could die any day. You know what I mean? Tomorrow is never promised. You know what I mean? I literally, yesterday, I was at my church that I grew up in as a child, playing piano. And I went there and I was practicing piano. And a woman who used to be my Sunday school teacher, she walked up to me and I talked to her and she asked me, did I know that my uncle that I used to know as a child, my Uncle Eugene, she said, did I know that he passed away? And my Uncle Eugene was very important in my life, you know what I mean? He taught me as a child how to, you know what I mean? He taught me as a child how to work hard. He taught me how to do yard work. He taught me how to be a responsible man and to work hard for my family. He taught me how to stand on my own 2 feet and how to not complain, you know what I mean? How not to always be bitter and angry and resentful. And he taught me how to be a man and stand on my own 2 feet and how to work. And if you have a family, you know what I mean? If you have a wife and you have children, he taught me how to be a man and work for my family and how to provide for them. And not to be some coward that just complains and gossips all day, you know what I mean? Because the majority of men in society, all they do all day is complain, point fingers, and gossip like women, you know what I mean? That is the majority of these men out here today. And I'm not going to lie to myself. I do not respect these gang stalking men. These men who gang stalk for an easy little gift card all day, they're cowards. They are little children. I don't care if you're 50 years old, 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old. You know what I mean? If you're a gang stalker and all you do is sit around gossiping all day waiting for a gift card, you're a coward, bro. You're a little child. You're an imbecile. You're a foolish, weak idiot. You know what I mean? And I can't, that's why I don't want to hang around these weak cowards. Because all they're going to do is drain your energy and turn you into a coward like them. They're going to turn you into a scared, little, foolish idiot that sits around and talks about other men and women all day. That's all these gossipers do. And I don't want to be a gossiper that just sits around complaining about another human being all day. While I just sit around waiting for a Temu gift card and waiting for my rent to be paid because I'm a gang stalker. That's how these gang stalkers get their rent paid. Because they sit around running their mouth like a bunch of little bitches. And I'm sorry for cursing, but that's the truth, man. These people sit around like bitches all day, running their mouth like a bunch of cowards. And they just talk all day, gossiping all day, saying the same thing every day. And they don't get out and make no change with their life. They don't get outside to try to help the world, to change the world. They don't do anything for society. They think that gossiping all day is going to help the world. They think talking about other men and women and gossiping and complaining all day is going to help the world get better. They're stupid, foolish idiots, man. And I can't stand these idiots, man. Because they're cowards. These people can't even look me in the face. The majority of the time, they're gang stalking me. These people, they try to look me in the eye and act like they so tough, but they're cowards, bro. And so I had to come to the conclusion that I understand that this is deeper than men and women. You know what I mean? It literally says in the book of Ephesians, we do not battle against flesh and blood. I'm not battling a bunch of gang stalkers and people gossiping about me all day. I am battling demons. I am battling entities and satanic dark forces that are trying to destroy me and keep me from walking on the path that God has set for me. And these people think that they can destroy me through gossip. These people think they can stop me from reading the gospel, the Holy Bible, but if they gossip about me, and they're going to gossip you to death. That's what it is for targeted individuals. These people think if they use enough of their technology, if they use enough of their apps and their phones and their computers and all their little gang stalking machines, and if they gossip about you enough, they think you're going to die. And they're stupid, bro. I will never die. I was trained in the military to fight against suicide bombers. You know what I mean? I was trained to go to Afghanistan, trained to go to Iraq, trained to fight against people who strap bombs to their chest. And those people are willing to suicide, kill themselves just to kill you. I was trained to go to a physical war. So if these idiots think that I'm going to kill myself because I got a bunch of old crystal meth smokers and a bunch of old fentanyl smokers and a bunch of old people smoking cigarettes all day, talking about me behind my back, they think I'm going to kill myself, they got another thing coming. They can gossip about me until they die. You know what I mean? And I don't care. You're going to die gossiping about me because I will never commit suicide. I will never kill myself. And by the glory of Jesus Christ, I have not landed in jail because of these evil satanic stalkers trying to set me up and frame me to commit a crime. These people want to set me up to try to fight them, to try to stab them, shoot them, beat them up, but I have not touched these people. And the majority of these gang stalkers that I see in the streets, what I've been doing recently is I read the Bible with them and I pray for them. So I'm doing the complete opposite. These gang stalkers want me to be drunk. These gang stalkers want me to get high. These gang stalkers want me to react and do something violent toward them. I'm not. I'm reading the Bible for these stupid stalkers. I'm reading the Bible for them, and I'm praying that they find Jesus Christ. So I'm coming on this video to witness to people, man. If you are a targeted individual and you are being gang stalked by the community, you're being gang stalked by the police, you are not put on this earth to complain about your situation. You are put on this earth to be a testimony to people and to give people that are weak cowards, that are spiritually blind and spiritually dead and do not have the Holy Spirit. You are supposed to show these people how God is moving in your life. You are supposed to be a testimony to these gang stalkers to show them that everything they're doing has backfired. All of their witchcraft, all of their technology, all of their gossip has backfired. And it is not working. They have not shut me up. I have not stopped coming on this camera being a testimony. So last month, you know what I mean, in August, after about 12 years, I went to my aunt and uncle's house. and they say about 20 minutes away from me. But I haven't seen my aunt and uncle. I haven't seen them in about 12 years. You know what I mean? 12, 11 years. So randomly in August, I went to my aunt and uncle's house, and my grandmother, before she passed away last year, she told me that my uncle was battling leukemia. You know what I mean? My uncle Eugene, he was battling leukemia, and off and on for about maybe 8 years, 7 years, 6 years, he was going to do dialysis. And what I learned dialysis is he has to get his blood taken out, and then they put it back in. It's like I think they take his blood out of his body, and then they clean it, and then they put the blood back in his body. I think that's what dialysis is. I don't know exactly, but I learned that. I think they said it takes 4 hours. Each time he does dialysis, he has to sit there for 4 hours, you know what I mean? And they take the blood out of his body, and then they put it back in his body. And so last month in August, you know what I mean, I went randomly after over a decade of not seeing my uncle and him battling dialysis, and I knocked on their door, and him and my aunt came outside. And then I asked my uncle, you know what I mean, in August, I said, hey, I know you're battling leukemia, and I was wondering if I could read a scripture with you and pray with you. So, you know what I mean, I read the Bible with him. I prayed over him, and I prayed for the Lord to heal him from all sickness, from all diseases, and for God to heal him from his leukemia. You know what I mean? And then he prayed over me. He prayed over me also. And he prayed, you know what I mean? I told my uncle that I was sober, you know what I mean, that I recently got sober, and that I had quit alcohol, I quit marijuana, quit drugs, quit cigarettes. I'm completely sober off everything, clean off everything. I don't do no cigarettes, no tobacco, no alcohol, no marijuana, no crystal meth, no crack, nothing. I'm completely sober. And so he pretty much prayed that God would keep me sober and protect me and help me to continue walking for him, you know what I mean? And then so yesterday, I found out right after me and him prayed together, I found out that he died, you know what I mean? And that kind of tripped me out because it was over a decade, over like maybe at least 13 years, 14 years that I haven't seen him. And it kind of tripped me out that literally after all these years of not seeing him, and the one time that I go to his house and pray with him, he died literally right after that, you know what I mean? He literally died right after. I took a picture with him after we prayed, and I have that picture as my profile picture on Facebook. You know what I mean? The picture of me and my uncle after me and him prayed is my profile picture that I use on Facebook that I just created. And so literally yesterday, I just found out that my family is about to have a funeral for him. And I'm like, the people at my church telling me that he died, I'm like, that's impossible. How did he die? How did my uncle just die? And I literally was just out his house praying with him, and he prayed over me. And so I went to my aunt's house, you know what I mean, to try to confirm if it was true. And when I went to my aunt's door and knocked on the door, she came up to the door and she didn't even open it. And I could tell she was extremely sad and extremely angry and confused and just feeling a lot of different emotions. And she looked at me and she said, "We're not taking visitors right now. You need to go. We're not taking visitors." And she walked off. And that's when I knew it was confirmed. Yeah, my uncle died. You know what I mean? And I felt kind of bad for my aunt, because I don't know if she, you know what I mean, correlated his death with me, because she remembered last month when I came over, and she knew that I came over and prayed with my uncle. We read the Bible, he prayed over me, and then he went to his clinic right after that. He went to his dialysis clinic of where he was receiving his treatment. And so the people at my church yesterday that told me he died, they told me that he died in his clinic. You know what I mean? And that's insane for me. I'm like, bro, I literally just prayed with him. He prayed over me before he was going to his clinic. And then I find out yesterday, a couple of weeks later, that he died in his dialysis clinic. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand why God had me go to my aunt and uncle's house after over a decade of not seeing them and praying with him, and he prayed with me, and then he dies right after. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. You know what I mean? And I don't care, you know what I mean? People might say I'm a fake Christian. People say I'm fake godly. People say I'm fake read the Bible. People want to say I'm fake sober. Today is 95 days. You know what I mean? I've been 95 days off no alcohol, no drugs, no nothing. No masturbation, no pornography, no cigarettes, no crystal meth, no cocaine, nothing. You know what I mean? So people can call me fake sober. People can say I'm fake godly. But there ain't nothing fake about this, bro. I wish the people that talk behind my back and gossip about me, I wish they would try being sober. You know what I mean? While being gang stalked. Because people can talk, running their mouth is easy. Talking about me is easy. But actually doing what I do is extremely hard. You know what I mean? These people who gang stalk me, they still smoke crack. And they're not even the ones being targeted. It's not like they're the ones being targeted and stalked by the government to have them commit suicide or go to jail. But these people still smoke crack. They still smoke crystal meth. They still smoke fentanyl. They still smoke cigarettes. They still are alcoholics drinking beer and hard liquor. But me, I'm being gang stalked by the whole community. I'm being gang stalked wherever I go. It doesn't matter if I go to San Francisco. It doesn't matter if I go to Colorado. It doesn't matter if I go to New Hampshire. Everywhere I go in the United States, I am being gang stalked by these weirdos. You know what I mean? I'm being targeted, harassed, stalked. I'm being having people put black magic on me, white magic on me. They doing all this voodoo, hoodoo. They trying to, when I go to sleep, they trying to take away my sleep and they trying to enter my dreams. I'm not lying. This is what gang stalking is. And their whole plot of targeting you, harassing you, stalking you, gossiping about you is they want you to commit suicide. And I'm still alive. That's the crazy part. So I'm trying to figure out if the reason you're doing everything you're doing is to have me killed and have me be a drug addict and have me be an alcoholic, why am I sober? Why am I sober today? Why am I still in this apartment that these gang stalkers were trying to have me evicted out of? Why was I dealing with an eviction where I was damn near $8,000 in debt with my apartment and I'm out of debt now? I was in $8,000. I was over $7,500 in debt. $7,500 in debt in eviction notices. And I was supposed to be evicted because of these gang stalkers. But how come I'm out of this debt? How come I paid off all my rent and now I have no debt with my eviction? How come I'm sober and I don't have any addictions today and I'm 95 days sober? How come I don't smoke cigarettes anymore and I haven't smoked cigarettes in about 8 years? If this is fake, then I'm going to continue being fake. Thank you, God, for my fakeness. Because if this is fake, I'd rather be fake than to be a gang stalker, gossiping about somebody behind their back and following people down the street for a stupid gift card just so I can fit in with the community with a bunch of losers. You know what I mean? But I want to give the testimony that, you know what I mean, I was kind of in a mental anguish yesterday. You know what I mean? Because I was lost in confusion. I was like, Lord, why did a month ago you have me go to my uncle's house and I prayed with him, read the Bible with him, and he prayed over me. And then I just find out right after that he died. You know what I mean? And God let me know because all of us are going to die pretty soon. And all of us are going to go to, you know what I mean, judgment. We're going to go to judgment and God is going to judge all of us. You know what I mean? So my purpose on this earth, I'm not supposed to be here complaining about these stalkers. I'm not supposed to be complaining about and whining about other people. You know what I mean? I'm not supposed to be pointing fingers and talking about, oh, she's a witch. She's trying to put witchcraft on me. Oh, he's an old man that smokes crystal meth and he's gang stalking me all day. Oh, this man's undercover homosexual trying to act like he's straight, but he's gang stalking me while walking with his dog. You know what I mean? I'm not complaining about these people. I'm actually learning how to be grateful for my gang stalkers. You know what I mean? I'm learning how to be grateful for these people that talk about me all day. I'm grateful for the people that when I walk out my door, they're ready to come and follow me. And they're either walking by me, running by me, or driving in their cars, ready to gang stalk me. And I've learned that I'm grateful for these people because as much as they want to use this as something to destroy my life, as much as they want to use gang stalking to sabotage me and bring me depression and anger and frustration and confusion, and they want to kill me, you you know what I mean, they want me to commit suicide. This gang stalking has turned into something that has made me more stronger than I've ever been. Mentally, I'm more stronger than I've ever been. I'm 36 years old, and I feel like I'm stronger than an 18-year-old. My heart, my body, my health, my mental health, my spiritual strength, I am more stronger than I've ever been. And while these people, these gang stalkers, they complain, they gossip, and they get more bitter every day, I do things to better myself every day. I go outside and I exercise. I read this Bible every day. I read the AA book, you know what I mean? And I go to AA meetings so I can continue to stay sober. I go outside and I read the Bible with people, and I give people testimonies of the things that I made it through in my life, and I pray over these gang stalkers. I go to Malibu and I go on hiking trails. You know what I mean? I go to the beach and I go in Malibu in the beach and I go swimming. You know what I mean? What else I do? I get on an Amtrak train and I travel up through San Francisco all the way to Colorado. I go to San Diego, I go to Texas, and I travel around. I enjoy my life, even while I'm being gang stalked. But these gang stalkers, they hate their life. And they act like they're living their life, but they're miserable, angry, confused, lost people that sit around all day complaining, gossiping, complaining and gossiping, complaining and gossiping. And the reason that they're so angry is because their gang stalking hasn't worked. You feel me? It's not working. Today I can say I'm sober, I'm clean, I'm healthy, and I'm not scared of none of these cowards. I'm not scared of none of these people. And I don't care about anything they say. And after finding out my uncle died a month after I prayed with him, I don't want to curse, but I'm going to curse anyway. I'm at a new level of not giving a fuck. After finding out my uncle died, I just leveled up to a new level of not giving a fuck what these people say. And that's the honest God truth. So I'm going to just say thank you. You know what I mean? If you call me gay, if you call me a faggot, thank you. If you call me evil and you say that I'm an evil man and I deserve to die and I should commit suicide, thank you. If you say that I deserve to go to prison for life and I should be homeless and I shouldn't have this apartment, thank you. If you call me lonely and you say that I have no friends, no family, and I'm a lonely, struggling, ugly man, thank you. If you're a man that gossips behind my back and you're a man that talks about how I look and all you do is call me ugly, thank you for being a weirdo man that talks about how another man looks all day. Thank you. You want to act like you're a straight man that likes women, but all you want to do is talk about how ugly I am? Thank you. You know what I mean? You want to say I'm struggling, I'm lonely, I'm boring, I'm dry, I'm a square. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be that evil person. Thank you. I'll be that fake godly man. I'll be that fake person. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be that gay faggot that you want to say I am. Thank you. I appreciate it. What else you want to call me? Oh, I'll be that rapist, pedophile that these people want to call me. Okay? Send me to jail for it. Take me to court and give me a prison sentence for being that rapist that you want to call me then. Because obviously I'm not in jail. Obviously I'm in my own apartment. Oh yeah, I'm in jail for being a rapist. Oh, look at my just. Oh yeah, thank you. I'm a rapist. I went to jail for being a rapist. And I literally live in my own apartment. Oh, he's a rapist in his own apartment. And he's never been to jail for raping. He's never been to jail for pedophilia, and he's never been locked up for raping a woman. Oh, I'm a rapist. Oh shit. I raped so many women, and that's why I'm in jail right now. I'm in prison for life for being a rapist. Oh yeah, look at my prison cell, y'all. Look at my prison cell since I'm a rapist. Since these gang stalkers want to call me a rapist. Yeah, man, they took me to court, bro, and the judge sentenced me 20 years for being a rapist. Look at my jail cell, bro. You like my little painting? Look at I got a refrigerator up in here. I got an oven. You know what I mean? I got a little bit of groceries, man. This jail cell is crazy, bro. Since I'm a rapist. Man, look at this jail cell, bro. I even got my own mirror up in here. They gave me mirrors in my prison cell. Since these gang stalkers want to say I'm a rapist, oh man, they just beat to 30 years, bro. Since all these gang stalkers claiming I'm a rapist. Oh wow. Look at the view. Look at the view from my jail cell for being a rapist. Look at my rape. Look at what they do for a rapist. Look at this. They call me a rapist, man. A rapist has this. Look at this. The gang stalkers call me a rapist, but I have a beautiful view. Man, I wonder why they gave me such a beautiful prison cell. I have the most beautiful prison cell you can ever want, bro. Since these gang stalkers want to call me a rapist. Oh, Lord, I'm a rapist. They gave me 20 years to life in my own apartment. But whatever. I just want to prove that regardless of what these people say, man, let them complain, let them gossip, let them hate, let them run their mouth all day and talk about you. But me as a targeted individual and me as a man of God, I'm not put on this earth to care what people think. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they do. I don't care about their opinion. Their opinions don't matter to me. If I actually got paid every time I actually paid attention to these people, I probably would pay attention to them. You know what I mean? If I got $10 for every gang stalker that gossiped about me, okay, I would pay attention to these people. But then I don't get money. I don't get no gift card. I don't get no gift card to pay attention to a stalker. I don't get no gift card to pay attention to a gang stalker gossiping to me. They don't pay me no money for that. So at the end of the day, I just leveled up to a new level of not giving a fuck. And that I'm grateful for my gang stalkers. And I truly hope they continue stalking me. I truly hope they continue gossiping about me. And I hope they will never stop talking about me. I pray these people continue talking about me. Because all this is going to do is draw me closer to God. All this is going to do is help me stay sober. All this is going to do is make me stronger. While they get weaker, these gang stalkers are getting weak. These people don't work out. These people don't go to the gym and exercise. These people don't get sober and clear out their lungs. These people doing more drugs. They smoking more crystal meth. They smoking more fentanyl. They smoking more cigarettes. They drinking more liquor. And they gossiping more. These people want to gossip from 1 in the morning to 1 at night. These people want to gossip from sundown to sun up. That's all they do. That's all they live for. And I'm grateful that they're doing it. I'm grateful that I could be here for them to get their gift cards, man. I'm grateful y'all get y'all gift cards. Man, God bless you and your gift card. And I hope you spend your gift card wisely, bro. Whatever kind of gift card you're receiving for talking about me behind my back, spend it wisely, bro. And enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Enjoy your gift card, your gang stalking gift cards, bro. I don't care. I'm at a new level of not giving a fuck. And I had to say fuck extra loud because I really don't. I don't give a fuck what a gang stalker says. I don't give a fuck about a gang stalker witch trying to curse me, trying to put black magic on me. I don't give a fuck about a crystal meth smoking bitch that smokes crystal meth all night just to stay up so she can stalk me and gossip about me behind my back. These people make no difference to me. I'm going to continue doing what I do. I'm going to continue reading this Bible. I'm going to continue praying for these gang stalkers. I'm going to continue walking through the streets, passing out Bibles. I'm going to continue telling people my testimony of all of the things that I've made it through since these people started gang stalking me. And they want to lie and act like they just started gang stalking me recently. No, I've been gang stalked and targeted since I was a child. And I know that's the truth. I've been gang stalked and targeted since I was a baby, bro. But these gang stalkers want to act like they just started recently. Nah, bro. This gang stalking been happening since I was in probably kindergarten. These people have been targeting me since I was in kindergarten, bro. This ain't just recently happened since I've been an adult. They can lie. They can lie to themselves and act like it just started because of something I did, because I raped a woman. They can act like this gang stalker just started because I'm a pedophile and I'm dangerous. Oh yeah, it just started because he did this. No, bro. These motherfuckers been stalking me since I was a baby. And then when they lie and act like they haven't been stalking me since I was a little child. And I know the reason that they've been stalking me since I was a baby, because probably these witches and wizards knew I wouldn't become a gang stalker with them. They knew I was going to be sitting around gossiping all day for a gift card. So they were like, okay, this man isn't going to fall under this mind control and be a gossiping gang stalker with us. So we got to have him commit suicide. Because he's not going to fit in with our agenda. He's not going to bow down to the devil and be a gossiping stalker all day. You know what I mean? He's not going to be a gossiping, crystal meth smoking, fentanyl smoking, cigarette smoking, alcoholic, gossiping ass loser that sits around in my apartment all day, running from apartment to apartment just so I can gossip about somebody behind their back. That is not why I was put on this earth. You know what I mean? Let the gang stalkers do their purpose. If their purpose is to follow you, stalk you, gossip about you, talk about you all day, let them do it. And you tell these losers about Jesus Christ, because that's how I really feel. These people are super desperate, obsessed losers with no life whatsoever. Their whole life is surrounded around talking about you. From the time I don't even think these people sleep at this point. I think these people smoke so much crystal meth, they don't even sleep. These people smoke so much crystal meth, they don't even sleep anymore. I don't even think I'm dealing with human beings. You know what I mean? I feel like these people are crystal meth demons that their whole aura is fixated on stalking you, talking about you, until they see you commit suicide or go to jail. But I'm in jail that's for real. I'm in jail. I'm in jail for being a rapist. Go ahead and look at my record. They got rape all on my record. Whatever these gang stalkers are saying. Oh yeah, I'm a pedophile. I got pedophile on my record. You feel me? They claiming I'm a rapist and a pedophile. Man, that sucks, man. The judge took me to court. You know what I mean? And I had to go to court for raping a woman, like they said, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Instead of, you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not in jail for being a rapist. Obviously, that crime of being a raper, which these people want to say, is not on my record. I have no criminal record of being a rapist. So I'm trying to figure out, if I'm being gang stalked for being a rapist, how come I've never went to court for rape? How come I've never been to jail for rape? How come I've never been to prison for being a rapist? Because these gang stalkers are liars, bro. These gang stalkers are liars, and they're satanic agents trying to frame you to look like you're a rapist, to look like you're a pedophile, so nobody will listen to your testimony about Jesus Christ and how Jesus changed your life. So let these people continue to lie about you and stalk you for their stupid gift card, even though the things they're claiming you did, you've never been to jail for. That makes no sense, bro. If I'm a rapist, how come I haven't been to jail for fucking rape, bro? Can these gang stalkers tell me that? Are you telling me you're going to have billions of people stalk me until I commit suicide for rape? But when y'all could just have me sit to court and have the judge and the DA put me in prison for life for being a rapist? That makes no sense. How come these people don't send me to jail? So that's how I know this gang stalking program is a lie, bro. These people want to call targeted individuals rapists, pedophiles, and dangerous people, but I've never been to jail or prison for anything they're claiming I've done. The claims of these stalkers saying that I've been a rapist or a pedophile or a dangerous, insane man, how come I'm not in jail for those things? And how come it's not on my record? Because they're liars and they're jealous. These people are jealous, envious, confused stalkers, and they hate the fact that I have Jesus Christ in my life. And as much as they want to say that Jesus is fake, they want to say my Bible reading is fake, they want to say everything I'm doing is fake, it's real, nigga. How the fuck am I 95 days sober while I have thousands of people trying to make me commit suicide? How the fuck do you stay sober through something like this? How the fuck is this fake? Nigga, you think you can stay sober while the whole world tries to make you commit suicide for a gift card? You a fucking bitch, nigga. You can't do this shit. And I'm really telling how I feel. I don't care how anybody feels, nigga. I'll curse and call you a bitch, and then I'll read the Bible afterward. And that's exactly what I'm about to do. I'm going to read this chapter. Just read this little verse right here. So I'm just on here giving motivation to any other targeted individuals in the earth. You know what I mean? Get sober, let go of alcohol, let go of drugs, and stop caring what these stalkers say, bro. Look these people in the eye. And if they want to call you a gay faggot, let them. If they want to call you evil, let them. If they want to call you a loser and say you're lonely and say you have no friends, let them. If they want to call you ugly and say you're struggling and say you're bummy and say you have nothing, let them. Who cares? Because they're going to say the same thing tomorrow. They're going to say the same thing the next day. They're going to say the same thing next week. They're going to say the same thing next month. They're just a broken record on repeat in an endless loop of doing the same things over and over. And that's exactly the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. These insane people are doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. And that's the definition of insanity. So let them call you insane while they run around insane like a bunch of gossiping zombies doing the same thing over and over every day for the rest of their life. All because they want to see you die and see you sabotage and lose everything that you have. They want to see you lose your home. They want to see you lose your car. They want to see you lose your freedom. They want to see you lose your happiness. They want to see you lose your peace. They want to see you turn into a drug addict. They want to see you turn into an alcoholic. But you do the complete opposite and show these people that they're weirdos, they're cowards, and they're wasting their life. Let them call you whatever they want. And they're going to repeat the same thing tomorrow, the next day, until next year. They're going to say, today is 2025, September. They're going to, if I'm still alive in September of 2026, these stalkers are going to be saying the same thing. So who cares? Let these robots, these robotic gang stalking NPCs repeat the same thing over and over and over. They want to say you're weird. He's weird. She's a weirdo. He's gay. He's a faggot. He's evil. He's dumb. He's lonely. He's fake living. He's fake godly. He's a fake Christian. He's fake sober. He has a fake apartment and pays fake rent. He drives a fake Benz. Wearing fake glasses. He has fake clothes. He's breathing in fake oxygen. He's doing fake push-ups at his fake Planet Fitness. He does fake pull-ups and he drinks fake water. Everything's fake. Thank you, Jesus, that I'm fake to these people. I would rather be a fake target than a real gang stalker. You feel me? So I'm gonna read this little thing about tears and how God will pretty much wipe away everything that you're dealing with in this earth. Once you receive eternal life through the Lord, everything that you went through in this earth will be forgotten. You know what I mean? And it says, I'm going to read this and end it here. It says, I heard a voice thunder from the throne. Look, God has moved into the neighborhood. You know what I mean? So while these gang stalkers are all through the neighborhood, it says God has moved into the neighborhood. You hear me? So yeah, these gang stalkers can stalk you, talk about you, harass you, bully you, use voice to call technology, gossiping behind your back. They can put witchcraft on you. They can put black magic, white magic, voodoo, hoodoo, Santa Maria. They can do everything while they're in the neighborhood next to you. But it says right here, God is in the neighborhood. God has moved into the neighborhood, making his home with men and women. They are his people. He is their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Death is gone for good. Tears gone, crying gone, pain gone. All the first order of things gone. The enthroned continued, look, I'm making everything new. So it's saying everything you're dealing with, the gang stalking, the haters, the gossipers, the stalkers, the people sabotaging, trying to steal, kill, and destroy your life, put you in prison, people trying to cause you to commit suicide, the people trying to make you feel depressed and angry and frustrated. It says when Jesus comes back and God returns to the earth, he will make everything brand new. He will create a new earth. He will create a new heaven. And all these gang stalkers are going to die. All the gang stalkers in this earth. As much as they want to say I'm evil for the things I'm saying, it's the truth. These gang stalkers aren't going to live forever. These people gossiping behind your back are not going to live forever, bro. They don't live for eternity. You know what I mean? So just realize the same way that you are going to die and the same way that these people want you to die, they got to die too. You know what I mean? These gossiping ass losers, they got to die eventually too. So the same way that they're going to die, all of their opinions about you are going to die. All of their negative comments about you are going to die. All of their gossiping is going to die. So let them talk, bro, because none of it matters. Their gossip about you cannot control you. Their gossip about you cannot control where you go or what you do or how you react. You are in control of where you go, what you do, how you react. You are in control of your brain. You are in control of how you think. These people are under mind control. And they're robots that are forced to rub their nose. They're robots forced to rub their chin. They're robots forced to rub their head. They're robots forced to fake cough. But you don't have to participate in this stupid gang stalking evil. And it's just a war. I feel like it's a war of gang stalkers who want to call targeted individuals evil, and then the targeted individuals want to call the gang stalkers evil. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I don't care. They call Jesus a demon. You feel me? They call Jesus Christ a demon. And Jesus was the Son of God. So if they call Jesus Christ a demon, and they want to call me evil, who gives a fuck? Honestly. You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck if they call you evil? It gives a fuck if they call you gay, if they call you a loser, if they call you a lame, if they call you a nobody? Who gives a fuck, bro? They called Jesus a demon, bro. And Jesus was perfect. Jesus Christ was perfect. From the time he was born to the time he died. He was perfect. And those people gang stalking Jesus called him a demon. So if Jesus was perfect and they called him a demon, what do you think these gang stalkers are going to call you? The same people that stalked Jesus Christ and were trying to put Jesus in jail and trying to kill him are the same, they got the same demons in these people today stalking you. You know, those people were called Sadducees and Pharisees. They were stalking Jesus Christ. They were doing the same thing to Jesus. They called Jesus a demon. So who gives a fuck what these weirdo, crystal meth, gang stalking, obsessed losers got to say about you? Let them stalk, let them talk, let them hate, let them gossip, let them run their mouth all day. But just remember, what they're doing cannot kill you. So that's all I got to say, man.